audience is guided to a new level of understanding about a child's feelings, concerns, and needs during a family transition. It is a powerful tool that anyone can use to learn what children need from those they love and depend on for their well-being. Captivatingly charming, this 1-hour video will gently take you through a range of emotions. It will make you laugh and bring a tear to your eye while sharing profound wisdom. Our life, our future, your hands. This production has 8 chapters. The first chapter introduces the audience to the reality of family conflict and the purpose of parent education. The video opens with,
Leave it to Beaver.
They were the perfect American family. Devoted parents, well-behaved, polite children, and a beautiful home in Mayfield, USA, complete with a white picket fence. No one ever really fought. Problems arose, but they were always resolved by a kind, loving family working together. Hi, my name is Tori. Even if you have never watched Leave It to Beaver, everyone knows the Beav and his perfect life. His story may have made for a great show, but it's not the real world. In many homes, it's not mom, dad, 2 kids, and a cat and dog. Step-parents and grandparents can be a part of the family structure, and often, conflict is managed poorly. Most families have problems. This is normal. When many people live together with different personalities, there are bound to be problems. How we handle the problems can be the key to heartache or happiness. Unfortunately, common with families in transition, separation, and divorce is a war that begins as a result of hurt feelings and guilt. Scenes from movies like War of the Roses are the other end of the spectrum of conflict. The Roses may be characters in a movie, but the rise and fall of their romance and the viciousness of their fighting are elements that many separating parents can understand.
When I look at you lately, I just want to smash your face in.
Chapter 2 addresses the profound impact of parental and family conflict on children.
That's why these children are practicing to duck and cover just as you do in your school. We all know the atomic bomb is very dangerous. Since it may be used against us, we must get ready for it, just as we are ready for many other dangers that are around us all the time.
Chapter 3 takes a look at how important both parents are in a child's life, and what it means to share the responsibility of raising your children when their parents live in separate homes. Bonus parenting or step-parenting can be a difficult and challenging role. This scene from Stepmom portrays a negative exchange between Isabel and Jackie, and the subsequent behavior of Benjamin trying to appease his mother.
I'm so sorry, but you're not making this any easier on anybody.
It is not my job to make it easier for you. It is my job to take care of those children, and they don't want to be with you. I'm getting a court order, and you are never going to be with these children again alone. Do you understand? Ever.
Mommy?
What, sweetie?
If you want me to hate her, I will.
I think being a step-parent is always a balancing act. I never tried to be her mom. But I also didn't try to be her buddy. I knew that I needed to find something in the middle where I was a parent to her, but I wasn't her mom, but I couldn't just be her friend. I didn't ever try to be her pal or her buddy. The thing I've known from the beginning and accepted from the beginning is that I'm not her mom. And there will be things that I might have a strong opinion on that I won't necessarily get my way on, because I'm not her mom. And that's something that a successful step-parent has to accept from the outset, is that in the end, her mom and dad get to make that decision. I've had a tremendous amount of input into those things, but in the end, I know that sometimes I don't get my way.
In Chapter 4, the audience are given tools to understand how to keep their children out of the middle of parental conflict.
One of the things that I like to convey to the parties is that childhood is a very short time frame. Essentially, childhood is from about 1 to 10, maybe 12, age 12, 13. That is a very, very short time span. Parents that are in litigation for 2 or 3 years have really wiped out for that child that period of time. And as I said, childhood is very precious, and you don't want to interfere with what is a growth period for the adult that will become. Your battle, your fight, is going to severely impact on that child's development. And surely, as a parent, you don't want to harm your child in any way. If you engage in litigation, you are harming that child. If you prolong the litigation, you're not doing your child any good.
I think the sense of time for children is a really important concept. Again, it's like what you learn from other people. If you have a 2-year-old and it's 4, and the child is 4, when you finish whatever it is that you finish with respect to parenting arrangements, you've spent half the time, half the life of that child. Whereas for us, it's a very different thing. You know, for my life, it might be a 1/60th. For that child, it's 50%.
Criticism very severely affects children and causes confusion, anger, and sadness. Take a moment. Imagine you have spent the past 3 to 4 years convinced that you are the cause of a tragic event. Now, imagine you are only 9 years old and you believe you have caused your parents to break up and have believed this for the past year. You have spent more than 1/10 of your life bearing this painful secret. Now, imagine yourself in a magical land where time moves more slowly. There, you are too afraid to tell anyone how you feel because you think you are the only person in the world this has ever happened to. In this special place, all the information and support adults depend on, therapy, self-help books, support groups, good friends who have been through it, magazine articles, TV programs, do not exist because no one thinks we need them. And one other thing, you have absolutely no control over your own life. Welcome to childhood. If there is ever a time when parents need to see through the eyes of their children, this is it.
This chapter will introduce the audience to conflict resolution and communication skills. Parents and others will have a chance to practice what they learn in a classroom environment. In this chapter, child support, parental plans, and step-parenting are discussed. Chapter 7 will help parents understand the value of mediation and other more appropriate forms of dispute resolution. Community-specific resources will be handed out in the seminars. Chapter 8 concludes with a lovely metaphor and final thoughts from the host.
If you're in it for yourself, you're going to try to get even, you're going to try to re-hurt, and that's going to change you as a person. And will that person, when you look in the mirror 20 years from now, be someone you're proud to look at? Would you hope that if your child were standing behind you looking in the mirror, that that child, now an adult, would be smiling and have a hand on your back saying, "Well done. That must have been so tough, but well done." So what do you want to see in the mirror 20 years from now? And who do you want to see in the mirror with you?
You're not alone. I'm with you. I'm lonely too. What's that song?
Throughout this video, numerous experts chime in and share their wealth of knowledge, discussing current best practices.
A broken home, a broken heart, isolated and afraid. Open up, this is a ray. I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone. You're not alone. finding your place. Every tear on every face tastes the same. A broken dream, a broken heart.
Our life, our future, your hands is part of a 4-hour educational program that is available to your community through the Center for Dispute Solutions.
Your